I wanted to take a look at this. This is a Campmaster portable gas stove. Just bought from Kmart, so hashtag not sponsored. So please like and subscribe, because I buy all this stuff myself. So the only way you can help me is just by putting a comment down below, telling me how crap you think these things are, or argue with me, tell me my breath smells bad or something. Whatever you want to do down there, that really helps the channel. Two-stage safety shut-off, which is surprising. Not sure what that's about. Survival kit. Pretty good, because it's actually getting pretty cold in my little camper down in Victoria. I've been doing various things for insulation and electric blankets and stuff, which you'll see on my channel. And I did try a gas heater. Well, these feel nice. The case actually feels pretty good, to be honest. Well, we've got two-stage cut-off. Okay, so overpressure and then overpressure injection. Yeah, okay, well, it's not, yeah, I was expecting like a, if the flame blows out, the gas shuts off, but this is just overpressure, not a lack of flame as such. Excuse the motorbikes and cars and trucks in the background. Variable heat control, piezo ignition, that's good. So you don't need a lighter. Usually you do with some of the older ones, but usually they've got a piezo now, which is good. 8,000 BTU. And we've got some lovely little pictures there. Outdoor use only. Do not use inside my camp. Just ignore that part. Nah, we'll read that. Well ventilated areas. Yeah, so, use your ventilation, use your exhaust fan, whatever you got to do. Just make sure you don't die. I promise I will never die. Which was up? I think that was the bottom. We'll try it this way. Ooh, nope. Oh, you can see the bottom. Don't look at my bottom. It's like those magic cups. Which one was it again? Don't know. Alright, we have a warning. Do not operate stove when inside plastic case. Must be removed before lighting. We have a booklet, which will give you a look at the insides of, so you can take your screenshots. Oh, it's gonna fit. Precautions, don't burn your house down. Name of parts. Oh, drip pan. Okay. Electrode, cartridge, pot stand, cartridge cover. Yeah, it's going to be pretty simple, isn't it? Put the can in, don't burn yourself down, and you got a heat control. Lovely. Okay. Troubleshooting. Well, that's that. So, this is the stove. We'll get rid of the box. There's nothing else in there. And we'll take a look at how sturdy. Well, straight away, that's actually feeling really quite nice and sturdy, that. These supports are, if you can see that, they're double posted, those supports. And even that ring there is quite solid. The gas actual burner is in there nice and solid, which is pretty good. There's your little electrode in there for your piezo. Got a lock and unlock. Action feels pretty good. Push and turn. Okay, yep. Well, straight away, this feels way better than the Gas Mate one. If you want to have a look at my video of the faulty Gasmate heater, when I first turn this, you'll notice me you say things like, "Oh, that feels a bit gross, grindy," whatever I said. But this actually feels quite nice, and that feels like a quality action in there, which is good. There's a nice sort of firmness, like it's got a nice O-ring in there, but that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Does it spark? Yep. Beautiful. Okay, we're ahead of the game already. What do we got? Never use oversized cooking pan. Okay. Overhangs cartridge. Oh, so you don't heat up the can. Yep. Okay, never force down. Line up your arrow. Well ventilated, outdoor use only. Yep. Ripper. Okay, what have we got inside here? Let's have a look. How do I get it closer to the camera? This is the problem in the camper here, because of how I've got the camera set up. It all looks fairly decent sort of quality fitment in there. Little spring-loaded thing to locate your can. There's your locking. That might be the safety, actually, the safety eject, something like that. Wow, it's actually like quite good construction in there. It actually looks better than the Gasmate, which was much more expensive than this. I think this was like 25 bucks, or yeah, it was only cheap. And I got the same brand of butane gas as well, just for continuity, or immersion, I suppose. Immersion. So what have we got? We have, oh no, just one, that'll do. We have a can, explosion proof design. See, I like that. Installing cartridge, designed to prevent an explosion in dangerous overpressure situations. So obviously it's got a pressure valve in there, so it'll just let the gas out, so it'll just burst a flame out the top here, which is sort of a controlled explosion. At least it lets the pressure out. It needs to focus on the can. That would be lovely. And there's your writing on the back. Safety device, blah blah blah. Alright. Nice little red-nosed name. Red rose reindeer. Oh my goodness. It's early and I haven't had my coffee. So, can is in. Went in quite nicely. As opposed to the Gasmate, which I whinged about because you couldn't get the can in without sort of bending it, or doing it in a very specific way, which is, in my opinion, just piss poor design. So this, basically, even without putting it in the right spot, you can see that little flap has aided that. So basically you can stick it in any way, turn the can, and it locates itself. Look how good that is. That's actually amazing. And there's enough room just to basically shove the can in. It just kind of falls in there. And then it locates itself. That's great. Okay, I can smell a little bit of gas. So I must have pressed that little nozzle there. That's all right. So what we got? Engage gas. Lovely. Lid feels good. Feels nice and solid when you close that. Not too bendy. You'd think those fins would be really weak, but no, the metal feels pretty good in there. Okay, we're going to give it a light. And I've got to try and get the heat away from the camera. which isn't going to be easy, but I'll just try and light it over here somewhere, because I don't want to burn my camera, because there's going to be quite a hot flame coming at the top. Alright, we'll give it a push and a turn, and there we go. There's quite a nice blue flame, a lot of heat coming off the top there. We'll turn it down to minimum. Oh, too far. Turn it down to the smallest flame I can get on there that still lights. And as you can see, that is quite a tiny flame. And there's quite just a nice little bit of warmth coming off that, and still blue, which means you're getting quite a nice burn there. Very good. How easy does it blow out? Oh, that's... Okay, so it does blow out with a moderate sort of breath of fresh air on there. But that actually stayed lit quite well when I was just fanning it with my hand. At such a low flame. I mean, you wouldn't use it in a windy condition, obviously, like it is outside, if you can hear that. You can hear the highway and the noise. Yep, lovely. So that's amazing. I'll take that heat away from the camera there. That's quite a good amount of heat, to be quite clear. I'm just going to eject the can, and there's a bit of pressure left in there, and eventually burn out. Lovely. I'll take that can out for safety. Always remove the can, especially if you've got kids about. That's quite a nice unit, and there was quite a good amount of heat coming out of that, and at the very low flame it was still a nice bit of warmth coming out. So in terms of sort of warming the camper up, that little low flame with a tiny bit of ventilation I think would be, you know, quite adequate just to sort of warm the camper up and be not so icy cold when you're trying to go to bed. But obviously for cooking it's going to be amazing, isn't it? You know, quite a sturdy frame. Is that hot? The aluminium burner has got a bit of heat in it, but that frame does not. What have we got? Yeah, there's no heat anywhere here, so you wouldn't expect it. Oh, there's actually little silicone feet there. Those are just plastic, those feet. But this one here, it's got a little sort of siliconized rubber anti-slip sort of feet there, which is nice. All in all, I'll show you that writing there. Not for commercial use, but for your benchtop at home. If you've got an electric hob and you don't particularly like it, you can just go and grab yourself one of these, and you can stick your wok on top, or your fry pan, or maybe a small barbecue plate if you're a bit adventurous. My sort of thing would, if you're going to use a barbecue plate, they're usually rectangle, so you'd actually get two of these, sit them side by side, and then you can put your barbecue plate on top. Just make sure you don't heat up the can, which it was saying in this little thing here. So you don't want the barbecue plate overhanging this at all. You'd push it to the sort of front a bit more on your two burners, and then you could have your little sort of barbecue plate on there, which would be just amazing for camping, really, because barbecue plate over flame is just the bee's knees, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, these are very versatile, very small, compact, you know, I mean, the carry case is quite good quality, so you wouldn't be afraid. It's about the same as what you get you know, the old Bosch drills actually used to come in something very similar to this, and they're quite a sturdy case. You could throw this in and out of the camper or back of the ute or whatever, and sort of not worry about it breaking. Yeah, so not a bad unit, and you know, well worth the $25-ish to get one.